the most realistic steering system available on the market, look no further than Sim Steering from Leo Bodnar. Designed and hand-built at the home of British Motorsport's Silverstone circuit, it's extensively used by professional driver training centres and race teams including Formula 1 since 2010. The high precision and completely linear response coupled with high strength provides the ultimate in realistic steering force feedback. Visit simsteering.com.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Hello race fans and welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson, Bernie Weemers here for another round of the V8 Supercar Championship. We're coming to you live today from Oulton Park, without Britain's layout, Bernie. So no chicane down the back straight, but we have got one just before Knickerbrook, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. No chicane on the back straight, which should allow them to get up to quite a lot of pace down there tonight.
My little mini map apparently doesn't have this layout, so I can't bring it up on screen at the moment, but just having a quick look at the weather conditions out there. 20 degrees, 8 kilometers an hour wind, so it's not too gusty out there. Shouldn't really pose the guys any problems.
No, definitely not.
We're a little bit late, obviously, into the session as well today, so the guys have just got about 3 minutes of qualifying. We'll bring you some information on how everyone's getting on just in a short sec, even. But Bernie, obviously, you were calling the action last week. Just tell us a little bit about those races very quickly and who took the honours.
Okay, in the first race, Jake Burton took the honours in that race. He won quite considerably. In the second race, we had a reverse grid, and Jake had a bit of problems earlier on in that race and bent his steering, which means Dean O'Brien took the honours for that race. Yeah, so. But a bit on that, Jake Burton won't be running tonight, so Tobias is hoping to do well to try to catch some points up.
And just while we're talking about just other things that are going on, so good luck to Jake getting some real world experience in there. But is there anything else going on this week's race?
Yeah, this week's race you might notice Mark Noble's running retro paint scheme. That's in honour of his late wife, who would have turned 50 yesterday, I think it was. And also you might notice Paul Gorrell is running a Fukimi paint scheme out of respect for his mate.
Yeah, we're just seeing that on screen now. Nice touch from Paul. Thank you for doing that, buddy. Just having a quick look at the championship standings. Again, you can't see these on screen right now, but Jake Burton obviously leading the way at the moment with 283 points, so very dominant from him. And he's got his Sim Instruments Motorsports teammate in second place in Kurt Stenberg. Tobias Cherney reigning champion in third place. Aaron Hamilton for Demidov Racing is in fourth. Dean O'Brien, obviously newcomer to the season in his Synergy Sim Racing team car, sits in fifth place. So yeah, that victory you're saying that he got there, jumped right up, brought himself up into fifth place in the championship. 4 places. Sam Sutton, his teammate, also must have had a good showing last week, moved up 6 places into 6. Alex Cherney's tied with 7th place with Will Dodd and Dennis Gatterick, and Dylan Shepherd are tied for 9th place as well. Still fairly tight in that championship, you have to say, but Jake, yeah, very, very strong.
Yeah, definitely. By missing this week, I'm sure he can afford to lose some points. But the good thing is it'll close up some of the other drivers.
Yeah, the thing to remember is we do have drop rounds as well, so missing a week here and there, he should be okay. So he could drop his worst points finish. So, but yeah, important this week that I think Tobias has a good outing. Definitely going to need a couple of wins, I think, to start his close back in this championship, or his fight back even. It's early over here. That's my excuse. Looks like Kurt just set the fastest lap right at the death of qualifying there, so 131.119, so that's probably not going according to plan. Sorry Bernie there for cutting you off.
Yeah, I was just going to add that if anything it'll be good just to lift Tobias's confidence a little bit if you can take a good result out of this round.
Oh, yeah, I know he struggled a little bit with the tyres. We spoke to him, I think it was round 1 or round 2, he was saying he's just struggling a little bit out there with this new tyre model that we've got, so I think a few drivers are actually.
Yeah, I think so, but saying that, he did show an improvement in speed last week, so hopefully that'll carry on this week.
Having a quick look at the grid now as it's on screen, Kurt Stenberg, unless anyone nips in here right at the death, sitting on pole position with a 131.119. Tobias Cherney in second place, the 131.2, so just a tenth of a second behind. Dean O'Brien in third, Aaron Hamilton fourth, Chris Bean in fifth place. So we've still got a couple of guys out there, but we'll keep an eye, see if anything changes. Dylan Shepherd in 6th, Joshua Borden in 7th, Craig Jones in 8th, Will Dodd in 9th, Elena Medview in 10th place, Alex Cherney is in 11th, Jason Nixon in 12th, Mark Warmington in 13th, Dave Oliver 14th, Katie Rosie Taranto is 15th place. Raymond Steer is 16th, Brenton O'Brien in 17th, Timothy Ballinger 18th, Niels Jordan in 19th, and Mark Noble in his special livery car is in 20th. Paul Burrell doesn't set a time. You guys not featuring too well in that qualifier, mate?
No, I was just having a look at Paul. It looked like he might have got into a bit of strife on his qualifying lap out there.
Right, so we're just waiting for everyone to take to the starting grid. Tricky little start here at Oulton actually. Some of the guys a bit further back obviously got to negotiate a gentle bend, shall we say. These V8s can light those rear tyres up, so it can be a little problem if you're having to steer from the off.
Yeah, and Oulton Park has a lot of undulations, especially on the main straight here, which, if they're not careful on the throttle, can loosen the back end quite dramatically.
Just a few guys just waiting to jump on the grid. Who's your tip for this one, Bernie?
Well, I normally go with Jake, but since he's not here, I'm not really sure who I'm going for this round. Who's your tip? Who's your tip?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think we've talked about him having this big fight back, and I think this is the week for Tobias. So I know he's pretty strong here at Oulton. Not easy to overtake, so he's gonna have to get a good start here.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems like you might be having a couple of internet glitching issues out there as well.
Am I dropping out a little bit?
No, I think it's just Tobias there, just flashing away on the grid. Lights are coming on, revs are building here at Oulton Park. V8 Supercar Series is green. And actually looks like Kurt got a little bit bogged down at the start. Tobias having a little look. I'm not sure he's going to be close enough into turn 1. Very tight behind these guys. Here a little bit of contact further back. I think everyone's managed to get through safely.
Yeah, we had quite a big incident up the back of the field on the main straight there, Alex.
Just seemed to have missed that, so yeah, focusing on the front, didn't see anything. Hopefully we'll get a little replay of that on screen shortly. Right, as the field funnels its way through this first lap here at Oulton, great sights, they pop up over the hill, through the chicane, very tricky, don't want to hit any of the tyre walls there, and actually I must have missed on screen, and Dean O'Brien got past Tobias Cherney, so not the start the young German wanted.
No, but Dean's had a great start.
He didn't look like he got all that great off the line actually. The front two looked like they were scampering away going into turn 1, but clearly something must have happened just a bit further back while I was getting ready to spool this replay up. Yeah, Aaron Hamilton sitting in 4th at the moment, Dylan Shepherd in 5th, Joshua Borden in 6th, Craig Jones, Chris Bean, Yelena, and then Brenton, your top 10. Yeah, Tobias really struggling out there with his connections, perhaps a little bit worried about that right now, as are the drivers around him, just giving him a little bit of room. We've got someone off in the background. Who is that? That's Chris Bean.
Yeah, Kurt and Dean starting to get a bit of a gap on Tobias, so let's hope he can pull that one back.
Yeah, Dean always looks very racy when I watch him. Again, trying to put the pressure on nice and early. I'm not sure if it's just on my screen like a little tiny glitch, but actually looks like he's got a bit of tiny little bit of damage on the left hand side of that car. So perhaps rubbed a bit of paint with Tobias on that opening lap. Right, talking about the opening lap, let's just have a quick look at this back. I'm not sure quite, we jumped back right there. Definitely something that's going on with the latest build of iRacing. The replays aren't always jumping back properly. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to bring you that. I'll try one more time for the sake of you guys seeing the replay screen over and over. No, it's not going to happen. I do apologise for that. Back to the live action.
Yeah, while you're doing that, Alex, I had a bit of look at Dean's car. He definitely does have some minor damage on the front there, but Tobias doesn't appear to have any damage, so I'm not sure what happened between those two.
Shepherd starting to put the pressure on Hamilton as well now. Wants to get by. Definitely see the difference in the front end of the two cars there as he turns in to the sweeping right-hander. Much more forgiving there in that corner. No understeer whatsoever.
We've also had a change in the lead with Dean O'Brien passing Kurt somewhere back there.
We're not doing very well today. Let's just see if we can catch that back on replay. As we see him side by side going into the chicane. Got a great run out of the hairpin. Kurt doesn't fight it too strongly. Puts himself up into the lead. We're back live still with Shepherd on the back of Hamilton. Another good battle is Bian and Yelena here. Bian having a look down the inside. He's got his nose up the inside. He's going to have to hold it around the outside. Gives him all the room he needs. Still there. Had a chance to fight back, but decides not to.
Yeah, it's quite a tight piece of the track down there. Great opportunity to overtake through there though, as we've just seen.
Yeah, I think without the Britain's chicane, actually it does open it up. If you get a good run out of that hairpin, you can really make a move down there. I think when they put the Britain's chicane in there, it just there's just no way really past. That little run into that corner's just too short. A good 3-car battle here as well. Raymond Steer, Niels Jordan, Paul Gorell.
Yeah, Paul's starting to work his way through the field.
Looks like both of them got a move done through turn 1 and the exit of turn 1 on Raymond there. I notice Niels does a bit of as Paul goes very, very wide. It's so difficult to get the car stopped. Did he? Just before the tyre wall. Gonna have to back it up. Not what you want to be doing in a race. It's absolutely killing him as far as the time goes. Dropping down the order, 17th place, 18th, 19th. Not good at all.
He was very lucky to be able to pull that up through there because it's extremely quick, that part of the circuit.
Dean O'Brien now starting to pull a little gap from the squabbling duo of Kurt Stenberg and Tobias Cherney.
Yeah, but it looks like Kurt may be falling back into the clutches of Tobias here.
I don't know how much running you've done this week, Bernie, but how are the tyres around here? Is it something the guys are going to have to keep an eye on?
I haven't actually turned a lap around here, but based on the past performances, I think it will be something they'll need to keep an eye on as the race progresses.
You know, Tobias is a bit of a master at fuel saving and driving conservatively, so perhaps he's just keeping something in the tank, because Dean gets very out of shape over the top of the crest there. Just a couple of wheels on the left hand side of the grass there. Manages to collect it back up, but to have a big old moment, a big old lift there, I think.
Yeah, I think these longer races would suit Tobias quite well, because I think he likes playing his different type of fuel strategies, and often he gets a lot of benefit out of that.
Yeah, as we're just on board with the German at the moment, trying to size up where he can make a move on Kurt, see if he can get chasing after Dean. A little bit out of shape coming out of 1 to get out of the gas, steer into that. Nothing unusual in this V8 supercar though. I have to say, what will be a massive change when next season, when we get the Holden and the Ford gets completely revamped to the latest spec. Didn't see so much of that seesawing coming out of the corners. I know the cars are still going to have plenty of grunt, but far more drivable. Just check back on board with the battle between Hamilton and Shepherd. Hamilton not really able to pull away at all, just got that half a second lead. We know how quick the Austrian sponsored car is out there as well. Curiously, it seems like the guys are getting a lot of off tracks as well.
Yeah, so are they running an incident point cap before disqualification? Do you know?
Yeah, I believe it's 18 or something, isn't it? I'm not 100% sure actually. I did see it somewhere in the session notes when we entered the server, but yeah, I think it was either 15 or 18, but there definitely is one. I know it's tricky coming through that downhill left-hander turn 2. That seems to be where you get a lot of off tracks.
Yeah, that's quite a tricky part. That corner. It's a lot sharper than it looks on TV.
Yeah, Dean O'Brien now 1.1 second lead while we're keeping an eye on this battle between Aaron and Dylan. Tobias still half a second behind Kurt. Can't seem to find a way past. Niels Jordan's closing in on the back of Brenton O'Brien a bit further back, looking at timing sheets. And actually we'll jump on with the battle a bit further back between Mark Noble. Keep an eye. Okay, give us an opportunity to have a look at this livery that he's running in honour of his late wife. Coming under a bit of pressure from Timothy Ballinger behind him now. Oh, a little bit out of shape there. Gonna have to defend perhaps. Ballinger has a look, but not close enough.
Yeah, it looks like Mark's been doing a bit of rubbing there. He's got quite a few scrapes down the left side of his car.
Nothing unusual for Mark then, do a bit of rubbing as he goes a little bit wide. Oh, wants to get on the gas early, see if he can get back on the track, but does indeed lose the place to Ballinger in the end.
Boy, that was close. I thought he was going to spin across the track for a moment.
Having a look at this battle between Craig Jones, Chris Bean, 7th and 8th at the moment. About 2 seconds behind Joshua in front of them, sorry. Yeah, it looks like Bean definitely got the edge here, just can't seem to find a way by as well. Pretty familiar story. I think it's all about waiting for a little mistake coming out of that hairpin.
Yeah, Oulton Park's quite a tricky track to pass on. There's only really 2 opportunities on the lap to make that pass. One of those would be coming into the S's at the end of this straight, and possibly the second corner.
Got a good run here. Is he going to get enough to get alongside? No, he's still too far back. Through Knickerbrook, up Clay Hill. Little kink left before Druids. Actually a very underrated track, Oulton Park. It's got a great flow to it. Racing can be difficult there in the higher power cars.
Yeah, Oulton Park's probably one of my favourite tracks. I quite enjoy it running around here.
I think the Apex Racing UK lads did a bit of a fun race here, and the MX-5s, and actually that was just really difficult to get past as well, so I don't think it matters what car you are. Oh, that's Jones, and it wide there, being up to 7th. Like I said, needed a mistake. All that pressure being just 2 or 3 tenths someone behind you. The old Craig, the below that he didn't want. Got about a 3.1 second gap over Yelena behind, so should be okay for now.
Yeah, I think that resulted on all the pressure being was applying on the rear end of Craig there.
Now, interestingly, at the front, the battles swapped around. Kurt has started to close back in on Dean, and he's dropped Tobias a fair bit now. So perhaps this is just a difference in tyres starting to come out of play now. Kurt perhaps didn't push it to start off with. Car's feeling good now.
Yeah, whenever I see Tobias falling back like that, I always can't help thinking that he's could be trying to conserve fuel or something along those lines.
What we have got, actually, we haven't spoke much about either driver. Actually, we've got Katie and Alex here, 13th and 14th. Haven't seen them much today, but starting to have a little bit of a battle here. I say that as Katie gets out of the way. Alex up to 13th place. Yeah, I'm not sure, I guess he's just not gelling with this track, because definitely had found some pace over the mid-season, sort of, I say mid-season, the end of season interval into season 9. But yeah, struggling here today, Oulton Park. I think we've also just seen, or just missed, Dave Oliver getting past Yelena. Still sat in 10th place though. Good strong performance as always. Just having a look to see where Yelena is in the championship at the moment. 19th. Obviously missed a couple of rounds though, so we'll have those to bounce back on later. Sure, she'll work her way back up to the championship.
And just having a look further down the field, Alex, it looks like Alex Cherney's coming under quite a bit of pressure from Katie at the moment for 13th position.
Yeah, I found it odd actually that Katie let him go so straight forward. Clearly very evenly matched. Just having a quick look at the results from last season's championship. Yelena in the end finished 10th place, so to say she's a very consistent driver, and just goes to show what consistency can do out there. Is that Will Dodd now on the back of Katie? These three come together, and looks like it's starting to form a good little fight out there.
Yeah, Will was one of the drivers involved in that first lap incident, so no doubt he's trying to make as many places up as he can.
Yeah, we're quite used to seeing Will sort of fighting in the top 10. So the last couple of races I've seen him on seems to be struggling out there. Bit unfortunate picking up and getting involved in that first lap accident. Getting that damage on that front right car's not helping him at all, I would imagine. Katie decides not to let Will go like she did through, oh, goes wide, this could be trouble. Manages to get it back on, avoids the tyre wall. Now got Raymond Steer right behind her. Needs to recollect quickly.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by Katie back there.
I think the main thing to do when you go in there is not to panic. I see a lot of drivers, they go through there and they just yam on the brakes and the car just locks up and the grass just doesn't slow you down at all and you head first into that tyre wall.
Yeah, that's right. It's once you lose your steering, it's a bit like skiing in a way, isn't it?
I remember doing a season in the IndyCar. We would come to Oulton Park, and the amount of drivers that you could literally force into making a mistake and putting a couple of wheels on there, and they would just all panic. And that's it, race over for them. Just keeping an eye on this barrel back, starting to form back up again, so ebbing and flowing all race long here. Tobias down to 0.4 of a second. Definitely something funny going on with the timing screen today as well, because I'm still not showing a fastest lap for either of Kurt or Tobias, so...
Yeah, I'm having similar problems over here, Alex.
Yeah, I can be sure if they had an off track on each lap, they're about ready to be disqualified. Although Tobias has now put one in. I'm thinking that's probably an internet connectivity issue, is it? So they're just blinking out so the server's not registering it as a valid lap. The troubles we have with internet racing.
Yeah, I was just having a look further back through the field, and Mark Noble's just made his compulsory pit stop. I'm assuming it's a compulsory pit stop tonight.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure actually. Dean O'Brien into the pits as well. I'm not sure who that is, just getting out of the way. That's Mark Warmington. Mark was involved in that turn 1 incident as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think it was between Mark and Will Dodds.
I know Mark have been practicing quite hard this week, so I'll be a bit frustrated that his race has ended so soon. Definitely looks like he's struggling out there. Car not quite under him at this point. Comes into the pits.
Yeah, Paul Gorrell just came into the pits as well for his stop.
Having a look at the inside.
Yeah, they're all starting to stream into the pits now.
Yeah, Aaron Hamilton in. This has got to be Dylan Shepherd's opportunity to get a good lap in and try and get the overcut. It's not going to be easy. Being ever so close, trying to edge on the outside. Not a good move around there. That could be a one-way ticket to that tyre wheel like we were talking. Jumps out, dives under the braking, gets himself up into 4th place. Don't think it's over though. Josh just gets a little sideways. That might compromise his opportunity to get a run back past here. Definitely got a bit of slipstream. Pulls out. Has a look. I'm surprised Dylan didn't cover the inside. Heavy braking for both. Squeal in the car. Dylan can't get it stopped. Both still struggling out there. Too wide. We said it's very difficult to get through there, but Josh moves himself back up into 4th place. Great driving. And here comes Bean again on the inside. Going into Druids, nothing happened this time. Thinks better of it. Very tricky to get through that corner. Will get a run. Going into Lodge corner though. Just a little jink there from Josh. Perhaps caught being out there. Didn't know which way to go. Got any? Both drivers into the pits. Let's keep an eye on this actually. See if there's any sort of change of position. We've also got Kurt Stenberg in as well. Dave Oliver stays out. Tobias Cherney stays out as well. Not a great pit entry there for Bean, I think. Stenny there coming out. Let's see if he's going to get the jump. Quite a long pit stop, 25 seconds. The camera changes angle on us, we can't see nothing. Hopefully it will swap back. No, not at all. That pit entry, getting into his box there from Bean, has absolutely cost him a boatload of time. Finds himself maybe 3 seconds or so away now.
Yeah, I was watching Will Dodd come storming through the field, and it looked like he got held up with Alex Cherney there for a lap or so, so he's just dived into the pits now to try the undercut, I think.
Tobias into the pits. Where's Dean? Let's have a look where Dean is now. He's going down the back straight.
Yeah, Dean's running 10th at the moment after his pit stop.
Now I have to say, Dean's stop was massive. 42 seconds. I can only imagine that he's had a pit stop penalty for speed in there, looks like.
Yeah, I was watching him come through the field, and he wasn't wasting any time trying to make that time up.
Yeah, perhaps overdriving just a little bit there now. And actually he's coming back into the pits, so I'm not sure what's going on at all. Had an absolute shocker. Up front though, we've got Craig Jones, still hasn't pitted. Yelena in 2nd place, also hasn't pitted. And Tobias Cherney did in fact jump Kurt Stenberg by quite a margin as well, 1.6 seconds. This is Tobias' race to have.
Yeah, I was going to say once all these sorry mate. I was going to say once all these pit stops shake out, I think Tobias is definitely in the box seat for a win here.
Yeah, we saw how difficult it was for him to try and get past Kurt. Those guys obviously very evenly matched, just 1/10 of a second separated them in qualifying. I think Kurt's going to suffer the same problems if he even can get up back to the back of Tobias. I think he's going to struggle to get a move done. Aaron Hamilton, when it all pans out, is going to have a net 3rd place. Good showing from him, and he's 2.2 seconds clear now of Dylan Shepard as well. So another driver to come out strong during that pit stop phase. Tobias closes onto the back of Yelena, moves out the way.
Okay, Alex Cherney's just jumped into the pit, so I'm interested to see here if Will Dodd can make this undercut stick.
Yeah, where is Will at the moment? Well, I'm not actually seeing Will on track, so...
No, it definitely doesn't look like it's going to stick, because he's way down in 21st, so He must have had a big off there somewhere.
I'm trying to think where Niels was in comparison to Tobias. Was he ahead of Tobias? Not Tobias. Alex Journey going into the pits. He must have been. So.
Yeah, he came in just in front of Alex. So I'm just having a look at the scoreboard here, Alex. You might be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dean O'Brien and Will Dodd may have both just retired from this race.
Yeah, it does look like that as well. I'm not seeing either driver out on track. No timings coming in for them at the moment, so yeah, not sure what's happened there between those. Obviously separate incidents. We saw Dean coming in to the pits. He obviously must have retired it at that point. Craig Jones still out there on first set of tyres. He's going to be very fast in the second half of this race. 5.6 second lead over Tobias at the moment. We're looking at probably 35-second net loss. So he's going to come out around Josh Borden in 6th place. Could be very tight between those two actually when it all pans out.
Yeah, further back it looks like Alex is starting to put the pressure on Nils Jordan now for 11th position.
Yeah, briefly touched, or I might not have touched on it actually, that Nils does bit of a touring car in the BSR TV or TC, sorry, series. Seems to enjoy that car, Bernie. I don't know if you guys get involved in that at all, or is that just a little private adventure on his part?
Yeah, that'd definitely be a private adventure on his part, I'd say. Because Nils is, he lives over in Germany, I think, so he'd be looking for series over his neck of the woods to compete in, as well as running in Australia.
Right, now we have been joined by Mark Warmington. Mark, we didn't exactly see what happened because unfortunately the overlay's not working too great today, so we haven't been able to bring a replay up. But yeah, just tell us about what happened.
Oh, well, I picked up my 15th ink, so I got disqualified.
Oh. I think there's a few people who might struggle out there today. I mean, what's the challenges of this this Oulton Park circuit? Clearly off tracks and some collisions and things like that. Quite easy, overtaking difficult?
I think I saw someone describe it really well during the week, and they said just because there's loads of grass, I think it's like VIR, just because there's loads of grass, don't think you've got loads of room. You may as well be driving at Monaco or Po. So at the beginning, I saw the accident happening in front of me. Couldn't understand why they were going 3 wide into turn 1, but I thought, okay, just pick a side, they're going to spin off, and I picked the wrong side. And then from that point on, I have to admit, my own fault, I was then just driving angry. So you pick up inks everywhere. So turn 1, if you cut the apex too tight, you'll pick one up either on the inside or on the exit. And then you've got turn 2 or turn 3, if you track out too much, you'll pick one up. And then even as you go into the fast sweeping left-hander, if you cut it too close, you hit the rumble strip, then pick up a 1X on the way out. It's not hard to avoid them when you're concentrating. But when, as I say, the red misters come down and you're just sticking your foot down, you go slower and pick up inks.
Just having a quick look at the schedule. Well, I'm trying to. if it'll come up. Where are we next week, Mark? Maybe you know. You knew I was going to ask that question. I always do when you pop in.
I did know you were going to ask that question, so I have no idea why I left my computer and didn't have a look at it. We are where are we? Let's have a quick look.
We're at Watkins. Oh, the classic layout as well. So
I think I've done far too many laps around both Watkins and Oulton this week. I probably did too many laps. I should have had really good pace here today, but I just, instead of hooking the lap up, just started going slower. So next week, if it's Watkins, that's going to be even more intense because it's going to be drafting hell.
yeah, well, they've not even put the chicane in there this season as well, so it's straight down that straight through to the carousel and then back down towards the start-finish line. So, you know, if there ever was a roval, that is one.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be amazing to see how many people don't realise the car is going to understeer in the draft going up through the S's, because there's nowhere to go there either if someone starts pinballing around.
Yeah, indeed. I think we've seen some big ones there over the years here at Apex Racing TV. Well, thanks very much for joining us, Mark. Congratulations on the race today. Better luck next week at Watkins, and I'll catch you later.
Thanks, Alex. See you guys later.
Actually, while all the drivers are here, we're joined by Mark Noble as well. We're just give me a second, Mark, before we have a quick chat with you. We're at lap 24 of 38, so getting into the business end of this race. Tobias Cherney still leading the way by 2.4 seconds. Got a battle starting to form with Dylan Shepard and Aaron Hamilton again, and Chris Beam and Josh as well. So those guys still fighting hard, but Mark, not such a great race from you today. Just tell us a little bit about what happened.
Oh, you're not going to believe I had a good qualifying set and I didn't set the tyre pressures for the first. I was running and then I was going alright, but then they just went off. I was way too high pressures. I had the poly pressures on and just come around that kink after the hairpin there, and she went sideways and straight into that tyre barrier.
Yeah, can happen, and we've been talking about it all race actually, haven't we, Bernie, about people trying to avoid that.
Yeah, we have.
Mark, obviously we saw that you were running a dedicated skin tonight. You want to just take a quick moment just to have a bit of a shout out on air?
Oh, okay, mate. Yeah. Well, actually, this series actually kicked off. Really, we started off after my wife died back in 2010, and KRF was formed from that, and it was her 50th birthday on Thursday, so I thought it might be a good celebration to take the 27 off and put the 50 on and put the old skin on that Mr. Prescott done for us originally. And I believe one of your fellas, Bernie, had something on their cars. I'll have to jump out and have a look actually. Can you fill us in on that one?
Yeah, Paul thought it'd be a nice mark of respect to run a dedicated skin tonight as well in support of you and your late wife. So he put on the side for Kimmy with a nice glass of red wine there.
Yeah, that was her trademark. She only needed two, and that was the end of it. But yeah, she loved the wine anyway, and butterscotch snaps. But yeah, thanks Bernie and your blokes for doing that. It was fantastic. And do you fellas know there's for the? I'll talk to you after the race. I'll stay in here if you want, because I'm out actually.
Yeah, by all means, stay with us actually for the rest of this one. It'll be good. I think you were going to mention actually about like was it a special event or something like that?
Yeah, Kimmy's Real Fencing was put up $60, so $20 for 3 drivers that you fellas pick, that, you know, best and fairest or whatever you like to call it, or who put in a great race and made, you fair race and everything. So you blokes can pick them 3 and let me know, and they all get $20 iRacing credit each.
No worries, we'll have a little chat about that off air perhaps then, and pick who we're going to go for. I'm sure they'll want to know on air, but they'll have to be patient.
Well, I've already worked this out. I reckon if I pick you, Alex, and you pick me, we're up $20 each.
Yeah, I say we've done a good job in the comms. What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Right, just looking at this battle between Shepherd and Hamilton still. We've been watching it the last few laps. Dylan definitely a lot faster out there, but he can't get past. We've seen this pretty much through the whole race. Another good battle that's starting to form as well is between and typically we jump off camera just for half a second, and Shepherd up past Hamilton. Hamilton made a mistake. I just caught the end of it in the hairpin, run ever so deep, and yeah, Dylan just slips past and into third position. But yes, just jumping back to this battle between Borden, Bean and Jones. We know Jones pitted late, so he's probably in the driving seat, but he hasn't got track position at the moment.
Yeah, Alex, I've been watching this this battle for a few laps, and while you're interviewing Mark Warmington earlier, both Josh and Bean did go off the track, which made Bean lose a position, and he just can't get past Josh now. So obviously he's starting to get quite frustrated.
Yeah, 10 laps to go. We've got Tobias still leading the way, 1.6 seconds as they crossed the line that last time. So slowly but surely Kurt is catching back up to the leader, but at that kind of pace it's going to take a little while. Still don't think he's going to have enough laps to get past unless Tobias makes a mistake.
Yeah, I can't really see Tobias doing that. I don't think it's in his nature to make too many mistakes.
Mark, we spoke to Mark Warmington just before you jumped in as well. We're saying how tricky this track is. We know you haven't drove the V8 all that much for the last couple of seasons, but how are you finding Oulton Park this week? Where's the tricky spots?
Actually, I used to go pretty good around here in V8 a few seasons ago, but yeah, it's with no Britons, about that little chicane there, which I went into. Yeah, no, it's just that left-hand sweeper into the hairpin there. You don't take your line there, it just pushes you wide, which it always has, I suppose, but yeah, the braking, very hard braking down into the chicane down the hill. I was actually braking too late most of the time, so yeah, it's a very challenging track, but it's enjoyable. It's a good flowing, enjoyable track to race on.
Having a look here, Jones now side by side, going into the final corner. Not easy to get a move done through Lodge Corner, but still side by side down the main street. Just didn't quite get the run he wanted there. Nothing going through turn 1. Looks like he's got a great exit. But yeah, it just has to settle back in. Not quite enough of a run through to Cascades.
Yeah, this was all set up half a lap ago when Chris Bean ran off the track and dropped into the clutches of Craig Jones.
You see Josh scampering away a little bit at the moment as the guys behind start to battle.
Yeah, I'm sure Josh is taking a big sigh of relief to get the pressure off his back for a lap or so. Just having a look at the retirements, Alex. We've had Alex Cherney just retire, as well as Paul Gorrell. He's retired now as well.
Yeah, it looks like Alex's internet dropped on him.
Yeah, servers, we were talking, Mark, actually earlier, seemed a little flaky tonight. Both myself and Bernie, we were seeing some issues with our timing screens, lap times not being set, which is usually a telltale sign that the drivers are blinking on and off of the server like crazy.
Yeah, it was quite weird through qualifying. I had, well, one of my boys, Will, saying 2.5 seconds behind me in qualifying on a hot lap, and all of a sudden he's saying 10 seconds, and I'm going, what's going on here? Next thing he's right up my bum. So I thought, hello, what's going on here?
Still keeping an eye on this battle here. Looks like Bean's caught back up to the back of Oulton here.
Yeah, he's definitely got the pace. He's just doesn't really have many opportunities to pass on this track. Times like this, I'm sure Bean wished he had high beam headlights he could put on.
Yeah, you start flashing them at him.
Yeah, the old trick.
Yeah, you know, getting in their face a bit.
This is a great battle.
Yeah, we wondered where Jones was going to come out actually, because he went so deep into this race. I mean, of the three drivers, oh, this time perhaps Chris might get a run. Gets the door shut on him. There, he might be able to jink out here into turn 1. Does he have a little look? Thinks better of it. But yeah, I was saying Craig on much fresher rubber than all of them, and you can see the difference it makes on the exits. He's having a little look this time. To the left, to the right, no way past. All three break down into cascades. Again, Jones gets a good run. Bean's going to have to go defensive. This is what Josh needs more than anything actually, Jones to really start putting the pressure on. Being it's the only way I think he's going to hold on to this position. 8 laps under this constant pressure from these two. I think he's going to struggle if they don't fight. Aaron Hamilton 1 second away from Dylan Shepherd now, so it doesn't look like he's able to hold on to that fight for the podium position. And just showing his nose into Lodge corner. Perhaps hurt his exit a little bit there, just having to take that slightly tighter line. Not quite got the run that he wants. Jones too far back this time to put any pressure on.
Yeah, I think Bean really needs to get a great run out of this hairpin up here and try to get him coming into the chicane at the end of the straight.
Ooh, Jones a little sideways. Holds on to it.
My boy.
Didn't lose too much time there. Up the inside has a little look. There's being. I have to say, Josh gave him enough room there. Could have really closed the door on him. Could have been messy. But both drivers pretty respectful. Chris didn't really push the case too much. Gonna get by through Druids. We can set a move up. And looks like a pretty decent run. Surely he's got an opportunity this time. Have to be late on the brakes. Down on the inside, hold it there. Both drivers side by side. great move. Chris moves himself up into 6th place.
Yeah, that was great driving from both of the drivers there, showing each other respect and giving each other nice room.
Oh, straight away he makes a mistake though. He's going to lose that place. Absolute disaster. Jones having a look up the inside. He can't get it done. Actually, I think Jones will be absolutely frustrated with that as well, because I think he would have made quite light work of Josh with the fresh tyres that he's got. But sat 3rd in this group. He's just constantly got a car in front that's also getting drafted. He can't make any kind of moves. He's got no real advantage. Very close in the hairpin. Thought there was a little bit of contact, but nothing going. Well, we're keeping an eye on this. The battle at the front, 2.2 seconds from Tobias to Kurt. Dylan Shepherd pulling away from Aaron Hamilton. Looks like your top 3 might well be set.
Saying that, Bean just went straight through the chicane there. It looks like he's got a slowdown penalty.
Yeah, he's going to lose those places. Tried to get it back. You can sometimes sort of get away with it when you go flying through there like that. It sort of doesn't slow you down too much. But looked like he really lost out there. 2.1 seconds behind this gap according to my timing screen. Right, Mr. Jones, now's your opportunity. Get on the back. Just get yourself a 6th place. Everything else out there is pretty much calmed down, so we'll stick with this battle for now.
Yeah, Craig and Chris have both made Josh really work for this 6th position in this race.
4 laps to go. I'm guessing Tobias just crossed the start-finish line, so not many to go to hold on to it. Oh, a little bit out of shape. This is where it's really going to make a difference, I think, for Jones. I think he's particularly quick coming out of Old Hill Corner and turn 1, so he might get a run into Cascades. Let's keep an eye on that. Perhaps a little bit too far back this time. It's going to have to be one hell of a run. We momentarily lose connectivity with the server, so yeah, definitely something going on today. To say, if they keep squabbling, Bean's going to be back on this. Oh! Just a little wheel on the gravel there for Josh. This surely has got to be the opportunity Jones needs. He's right on the tail, but actually dropping back a little bit there, so just that slightly wider line that he's had to take compromised his exit. Yeah, and here comes Bean, 0.9 of a second behind now. He'll be praying they keep squabbling this lap.
It looks like Timothy Ballinger also has just retired from the race. So we're down to 14 runners now.
Yeah, retirees: Ballinger, Cherney, Noble, Gorrell, Warmington, O'Brien, Dodd. So some big and well-known names in that retirement list there.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah, don't worry, I wasn't calling you like big. But definitely well known.
Yeah, I'm about to get back into me Porsche after this.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to run the next race, Nobby, so you'll be out there all on your lonesome, mate.
You commentating, mate, are you?
No, I'm having a quiet one. I'm a bit under the weather this week.
For those of you that just want to know what we're chatting about, Sim Racers Asia Pit Talk, Asia.com GT Simulator Championship is up next on Apex Racing TV.
Yeah, and for those viewers out there that haven't actually watched broadcast, I highly recommend you tune in. It's fantastic racing.
Being having a look on Jones, I have to say I'm surprised Jones hasn't been able to get by Josh here. He's going to come under ever increasing pressure. He's got 2 laps to hold on to this. I think Jones' concern's gone more from attack to defence now. Going to be checking his rear view mirror more than he is looking forward. This is why he's starting to drop back.
Yeah, this is exactly what Josh needs, is to have Craig and Chris get battling here.
Oh, contact between the 2 of them. I have to say, I think Bean's going to let him retake that position. He does. Great sportsmanship from him out there. The one good thing about league racing, but that frees up Josh Borden now. He's got 4.2 seconds, so this race pretty much done and dusted as far as that battle goes. Let's have a quick look at the leader. He hasn't had too much airtime today, but Tobias Cherney.
Yeah, he's out to a 3-second lead now over Kurt Stenberg.
Yeah, great use of strategy again from Tobias. Went long, got the overcut instead of the undercut. So great driving to bang in good lap times when he needed to. Definitely must have saved some rubber. It just comes through Knickerbrook. Final time. Up Calais Hill.
Yeah, well, he said he needed to get some points back, and he's definitely done it this round, which is great.
Yeah, he absolutely needed victory here today. Jake's not here. Through Lodge Corner for the final time. Takes victory here at Oulton Park. Apex Racing TV V8 Supercar Series. Tobias Cherney, great drive. Kurt Stenberg perhaps will be a bit disappointed that he lost it in the pits. I think he could have held on to the lead had he not been jumped. But take nothing away from Tobias's performance. Dean O'Brien as well competed at the top there for quite a while. Dylan Shepherd comes across in 3rd place, just 0.2 of a second ahead of Aaron Hamilton, who gives him a little love tap.
Yeah, Dylan Shepherd had that car totally sideways coming into that final corner.
Dave Oliver just having a little bit of fun as he crosses the line. Doing great car control out there. Josh Borden takes that 6th place. In the end, the last 2 laps pretty easy going for him. Jones and Bean across the line pretty much as they started the previous lap. Here comes Jelena for 9th position. Brenton O'Brien as well. He was actually lapped down, so he's finished. So that's all of our runners. Tobias Journey does indeed take victory. Kurt Stenberg, Dylan Shepherd, Aaron Hamilton, Dave Oliver, Josh Borden, Craig Jones, Chris B and Yelena Medview, Brenton O'Brien, and Niels Jordan in 11th. Katie Taranto is in 13th. Raymond Steer is 14th. Ballinger is 15th. Alex Cherney obviously retired, and actually I think Ballinger was the first of the retirees, wasn't he? So yeah, Cherney, Gorell, Noble, Warmington and O'Brien all retired from the race. And Will Dodd as well. Yeah, we've got Will down there in 21st. Sorry, Will. Right, I'm just going to see if we can get the race start back up again. It really is just not playing ball today at all. Ever so frustrating. Right, let's try a different one instead. We might actually finally have got it, possibly. We have indeed. Yeah, let's just have a quick look at the replay of this start then. Mark, from your point of view, do you know, I think it was Will, wasn't it? Actually, got involved in it. I just wondered how it looked from your point of view. The start.
Oh, I took off alongside Paul, and next thing there's just smoke everywhere, and I thought, hello, someone's blowing an engine or something off the start. Next thing we're going through turn 1, there's about 4 or 5 cars off the side of the road.
Ah, 3 wide, all caused absolute mayhem. Journey was involved in that as well. Actually, a lot of guys were involved in that, and that's what I think really changed people's races. But yeah, I think I have to say, it looks like Will got a bit slow off the line, moved over to try and defend his position, and by then, well, it was all just a bit too late. 3 wide, net code, contact, drew them together. Yeah, and the rest is history. Joined in the commentary box by race winner Tobias Cherney. Welcome to Apex Racing TV, Tobias.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, pretty decent result today, I'd have to say.
Indeed, I'm super happy. After Jake said that he won't be here, then I thought, I must win this race. I have to. There's no other chance. And when I saw then Dean and Stenny also pulling out these low 31s, yeah, I got a bit worried. I thought I was able to get it on pole with the 31-2, but yeah, Stenny in the last minutes of qualifying got the pole position, and then at the start got a bit messy here. I think my internet connection was playing a bit up, so my quality bar was rising, and I didn't defend too much against Dean, so I know he would be on a mission in the first couple of laps going forward. So I let him through. I think I don't know how it looked from the outside. Maybe I had no chance, but I had the feeling I let him pass, and tried to stick with these guys. It was interesting to see how the gap changed with these around 2 seconds that I was then behind Dean, and Stenny was sometimes half a second behind Dean, then sometimes half a second ahead of me, but a second behind Dean. It was quite funny with the tires. And yeah, when Dean went into the pits that early, I thought I went for the 50-50 strategy, because in lap 10 or something I felt the tires getting a bit slippery on the rear end, because I was running the shortest gear ratio, was hitting the limiter for a second or so on the back straight, and I think the other guys didn't. But yeah, in the end the tires were decent, and I was happy. I was kind of surprised that I came out ahead of Stenny. I heard that something happened to Dean. My brother told me there that he was somewhere in the walls, so I knew it was about Stenny or me. And yeah, I pushed really hard to stay ahead of Stenny, don't get him in my draft, and yeah, I'm really happy to get my first season win here.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, I think, this season for victory. Does this start the fight back to overtake Jake? I mean, just before the start of this race, let's have a quick look at the point situation. Where were
Yeah, he was already 60 points gone. I was sitting in third. Yeah, because I had this terrible round there at Road Atlanta. Zoller was quite fine. Second, Kota is not my favorite check, so here first is good. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have to miss. So my brother and I, we both have to miss Watkins next week. But Watkins is anyway not. I like driving there. You may remember my fuel saving win. I don't know, 2 seasons ago or so. But I don't have the pure race pace and quali pace there, so I'm not too sad about that. But I have to miss this, and then coming back to Laguna Seca and to Motegi East will be great, I would say.
Well, have fun whatever you're doing, I'm sure. I mean, I think yeah, it could be a very interesting race. Watkins, yeah, the important thing is
family commitments. So
yeah, well, you've got drop rounds, haven't you? So that's what that's exactly what that's sort of there for. So after all, our hobby has to take a backseat to real life sometimes.
Yeah, and also when I'm looking at this, maybe Donington as well, I have to skip because then I'm at the Nürburgring for the Sim Racing Expo to see what the guys from iRacing are doing there, if there are some or whatever what's going on there. So I won't be there as well.
Cool. Well, have fun there as well. But yeah, we'll miss you next week, Watkins. Congratulations today. Before you go, just want to give a shout out to your team and everyone.
Yeah, a shout out to my team. It's I finally have been a long time to be on the first place here on the podium again. So thanks for the support. And I know, unfortunately, I might not be able to do one of the official race, which is kind of sad because I really like this track here. But we are looking forward to Watkins tomorrow in the Premier Series and see how we go. As I told already before, I'm a bit struggling there, but I hope to manage it top 40. And yeah, have a great race there.
Well, yeah, good luck in the Premier Series as well, and yeah, we'll see you in a few weeks' time then, mate.
Okay, see you in 2 weeks. Cheers.
Bryce Journey there sounds pretty happy to pick up his first victory of the season. Starting to close back in on this championship. Right, who shall we have a quick chat with next? Let's have a quick chat with Dylan, actually.
For speeding.
Hi Dylan, sorry mate, caught you out mid-conversation there.
That's alright.
Welcome to Apex Racing TV. Good race for you today. Picked up a podium position. You were staring down the rear end of Aaron for a good portion of that race. You seemed to get pretty decent pit stop phase, and you dropped back, but you closed back up and finally got that move done. Just tell us about the race from your point.
Yeah, had like a bit of quality pace as always, but got into the race. Just ran behind Aaron. I kind of thought I was quicker than him. Like I was definitely just staying behind him, and I thought if I just hold my position and save tyres, I'll get a better run with him near the end of the race. So it's exactly what I did. Heading towards the end of the race. Oh, pit stops. Yeah, went into the pits. Took a little bit more fuel than I should have. I think he took the 52.5 litres where I took 60. So it dropped me a bit further behind him coming out of the pits, but I just put my head down and just kept driving, and then when I saw my partner drive off, I knew it was going to be a fight for the podium, so that gave me a bit of motivation to chase him down. And yeah, he drove a really good hard race, and he didn't make it easy for me, but in the end just got past him, which was great. Yeah, and
actually I don't know if you've spoken to Dean, but do you know what happened there?
Yeah, he had a bit of bad luck like always. He got done for speeding in the pits, had to do a 10 second stop, and yeah, and then I think he was just too distracted and bit up himself because of the mistake he made, and yeah, he just wasn't concentrating and had a bit of an incident, and the car was unrepairable from there on, so yeah, he just had to retire.
I have to say your guys' car looked very strong today as well. It seemed to get into the corners way better than most of the competition out there, so you know, as a complete newbie, novice, whatever you want to call me as far as the V8 goes. You know, how'd you go about setting up? How'd you go about setting this car up, especially to get it to turn like that? It looks like everybody else was struggling, but yours looked really good.
Yeah, I don't actually touch setups ever. I don't even know how to do anything with the V8. So yeah, that's all to Dean O'Brien for running, making that setup for me. I think he just knew how to get it to turn in, because we both race go-karts together, so we both like a vehicle to turn in as much as possible, and yeah, I think that's just exactly how we set it up, and it just worked out well for both of us, I think.
Well, talking about sort of setups and turn and things like that, we're up to Watkins next week. Obviously there's no chicane in this time, no bus stop, just the straight out raw straights, carousel, fast flowing left and then the right. I mean, it's going to be a very tricky race. What's the mindset going into that one, do we think?
I think the mindset into that is to team up with your partner in quality. That's going to be one of the main things. Get the best run you can in slipstream, and yeah, in the race this is going to be every man for himself, and it's going to be all about racecraft for the race, I think.
Well, wish you all the best for that one. Anyone you want to quickly give a shout out to?
Just some of our sponsors, Osram Lighting and Cosmo Balcombe Hills, for all their support in iRacing and the team. So yeah, they'll be my 2 sponsors this week, and I'm sure I'll have another 2 for you next week.
Alright mate, thanks very much. Congratulations on the podium.
Thanks guys, have a good night.
Dylan Shepherd there. Right, I'm running out of time actually, guys, I have to say, so I can only get one last person in, so who do you want?
I think we should bring Josh up, considering all the pressure he was under to keep 6th position.
Yeah, I agree. Hi Josh, welcome to Apex Racing TV. Tough race for you out there. It seemed like you were under pressure pretty much all the way through until those last couple of laps. Just tell us about the pressure, and then just tell us about the relief when those two run into each other.
Yeah, the pressure was amazing. Probably 25 odd laps. Pressure was there, and we was able to do it without no contact at all. And I was actually amazed to stay in front. And then when I seen in my mirrors that Craig and Chris had a bit of a coming together, I was like, yeah, cool, no more pressure. My eyes were just about shut towards the end there. There's just so much pressure. A bit tiring actually.
We saw Craig actually went really long into the race, looked quite quick for the second stint, and then dropped off just a little bit. I mean, how were the tyres out there today?
I think it's probably the same story as usual. Everyone's still trying to find the right pressures with these new tyres that we got, and I think Craig should have played the ball alright, because he had really good tyres towards the end where me and Chris pitted at the same lap, and yeah, we both obviously didn't have as good tyres as Craig, and yeah, Craig just added pressure on us right to the end there.
We saw obviously you were able to hold those guys off. Not an easy track to overtake, Oran Park. I guess as when you're defending, there's some clear places that you need to put your car in.
Yeah, this track, the normal lines you take anyway aren't. They're different to the other track. Like at the hairpin there, you sort of run a shallow line anyway. So even though it looks like you're defending, you're probably really not. Only real corner I was worried about was the second last corner there. And I didn't have to really defend too much there, because I wasn't too weak out of the bits before it, so it didn't work out too bad.
Just looking forward then to Watkins Glen. We were surprised in the comms box to note that we're only running the classic, so no bus stop, so it's going to be one hell of a slipstreaming battle next week. I mean, what do you think of that option that they've dropped on us for the schedule?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like, that's the Talladega of road course racing, so be really close, and you have to get a good draft in qualifying to be anywhere up there. But be close racing, hopefully.
Right, well, thanks for jumping in. Congratulations on good result today. Wish you all the best of luck for Watkins. Before you go, just want to give a quick shout out while you're on the air.
Thanks to Sim Racing Magazine and JFF Racing.
Cool. Right, thank you very much, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch you at Watkins.
Cheers, guys.
Right, sorry to all the other drivers that are just waiting to have a quick word with us. Like I say, gonna have to wrap the show up a bit quick today. Bernie, driver of the day from your point of view?
Driver of the day, I'd have to give it to Josh Burton tonight. Came under a lot of pressure, and it was great, clean driving by all three of those. But yeah, Josh Burton from me.
Yeah, Mark, is so your little donation, is that for tonight's race? Is that what you were?
Yeah, mate, I'll get you two boys to pick 3 drivers.
Well, I think you can put Josh down definitely as the first of them, and we'll have a quick chat off air. And the second, because I agree with Bernie, Josh definitely drove great race, solid defensive all the time under the cosh, and brought home a good result there. So yeah, we'll have a little chat later, and we'll announce the other 2 winners on the forum later. Right, thank you gentlemen for joining me for this one. Another good show. Looking forward to watching back the Watkins one. Obviously I won't be there, but I know you guys are starting to do them, so it's going to be interesting to watch that one back. It's going to be an epic battle, I think. I wouldn't like to call the winner of that one. I wouldn't even like to call the top 10 of that one. You'd probably get them all wrong, so anything can happen, I think, at Watkins.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that, and I quite like the saying, the Talladega of road racing. It's quite true. So hopefully next week, I'll definitely miss you, Alex, but hopefully we'll have someone who can join me up here in the commentary booth.
Yeah, actually we'll give a shout out on air about that now. If you fancy doing a little bit of comms, a bit of V8s, want to help out Bernie, we're looking to expand the team, specifically over in Australia as well, so we've got a few more Aussie commentators. Just hit me up on the forum, send me a private message, and we'll sort something out and we'll get you in. So yeah, it'd be great to, like I say, it'd be great to expand our team and our reach. So, but yes, thanks for everybody for tuning in. Congratulations to the top 3 today. Very good, solid drives, and yeah, tune in next week for what will be an absolutely awesome race at Watkins Glen.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. The GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatic, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.